Money. Take a moment and really think about it. Every decision you make, every hour you work, every dream you chase, somehow, it all connects back to money. And yet, most people never truly understand it. They chase it. They stress over it. They sacrifice their lives for it. But they never stop to ask one simple question. What if I've been playing this game completely wrong? Because that's what money is. It's a game, a silent game, an invisible game, a game with rules that were never clearly explained to you. And here's the truth. If you don't know the rules, you're not just losing, you're being outplayed. Imagine sitting across a chessboard. On the other side is someone who has mastered the game. They see 10 moves ahead. They understand every pattern, every trap, every strategy. And you don't even know how the pieces move. You might try your best. You might stay focused. You might even feel confident. But the outcome is already decided. You will lose. Not because you're not capable, but because you were never taught how to play. And that is exactly how money works. Chapter 1. The system you never questioned. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. The path you were told to follow was never designed to make you free. From the moment you were young, you were handed a script. Go to school, get good grades, be obedient, get a job, work hard, save money. And one day, you'll be successful. Sounds safe, right? Sounds logical. But here's the problem. It doesn't lead to freedom. It leads to dependency. Because when you follow that path, you are always relying on something outside of you. A paycheck, a boss, a system. You don't control your time. You rent it. You don't control your income. You receive it. And most importantly, you don't control the game. You participate in it. Look around. People are exhausted, working 8, 10, even 12 hours a day, and still struggling, still worrying, still feeling like they're one step away from falling apart. That's not failure. That's design. Because the system doesn't reward effort. It rewards position. And if you're positioned as a worker, no matter how hard you work, you are playing someone else's game. Chapter 2. The invisible forces controlling you. Now, here's where it gets deeper. Why do people stay stuck, even when they know something is wrong? Because they are being controlled by two invisible forces, fear and desire. Fear of losing your job, fear of running out of money, fear of failure, and desire. Desire for comfort, desire for status, desire to feel successful. These two forces shape your decisions every single day. You choose safety over growth because of fear. You buy things you don't need because of desire. You stay in situations that drain you because fear is louder than your ambition. And the system knows this. It feeds your fear with insecurity. It feeds your desire with illusion. A better phone, a bigger house, a more luxurious life. But here's the trap. You're not building wealth. You're maintaining an image. And that image is costing you your freedom. Chapter 3. The shift that changes everything. At some point, you have to wake up. You have to stop asking, why am I not winning? And start asking, what game am I actually playing? Because once you see it, everything changes. You realize that money is not about effort. It's about leverage. Not about working more, but about making your work multiply. Not about earning, but about controlling. This is the shift. The moment you stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a strategist. You stop asking, how much can I earn this month? And start asking, how can I build something that earns without me? That's when the game begins to change. Chapter 4. Control the flow of money. Let's talk about control, because control is everything. Right now, most people don't control their money. Their money controls them. It comes in and disappears just as fast. Bills, rent, food, subscriptions, impulse spending, and then nothing. Back to zero, waiting again. This is not a cycle of growth. It's a cycle of survival. But the wealthy don't live like this. They are intentional. They track, they measure, they direct. Because they understand something powerful. Money that is not controlled will be lost. Think of your money like an army. Every dollar is a soldier. Where are you sending your soldiers? To fight battles that bring no return? Or to missions that multiply your power? When you spend without thinking, you weaken your army. When you invest with purpose, you strengthen it, and over time, that difference becomes everything. Chapter 5. How you show up changes your life. Here's something most people underestimate. Perception. The way people see you shapes the opportunities you receive. If you appear unsure, people hesitate to trust you. If you appear desperate, people take advantage of you. But when you show discipline, clarity, control, people respond differently. They respect you. They listen. They offer you opportunities. This doesn't mean pretending to be rich. It means embodying control. You don't need to show off wealth. You need to show mastery over it. Move with intention. Speak with confidence. Decide with clarity. Because in this game, confidence is currency. Chapter 6. Risk, the line between average and greatness. Most people live their entire lives trying to avoid risk. They want certainty, security, guarantees. But here's the truth. Nothing great comes from certainty. Every opportunity carries risk. Every level up requires uncertainty. The difference is, winners don't avoid risk. They understand it. They study it. They prepare for it. And then, they act. They don't wait for perfect conditions. Because perfect conditions don't exist. They move anyway. That's why they grow. That's why they rise. And that's why they win. If you embrace smart risk, you create possibility. Chapter 7. The truth about debt. Debt is one of the most misunderstood tools in the money game. For most people, it's a trap. They borrow to consume, to impress, to feel successful. But in reality, they're becoming prisoners of their own choices, paying for the past with their future. But the wealthy, they use debt differently. They use it to build, to invest, to expand. Same tool, different mindset. So the question is simple. Is your debt creating freedom or destroying it? Because if it's not helping you grow, it's holding you back. Chapter 8. You are who you surround yourself with. No one wins alone, and yet, so many people try. They isolate themselves. They struggle silently. They try to figure everything out on their own. But success doesn't work like that. Your environment shapes your thinking. Your thinking shapes your actions, and your actions shape your life. If you surround yourself with people who think small, you will stay small. If you connect with people who think bigger, you will grow faster. Find people who challenge you, because one conversation can change your direction forever. Chapter 9. Respect is more powerful than approval. Most people want to be liked, but in the money game, being liked is not enough. You need to be respected, because respect creates boundaries. Respect protects your time. Respect attracts better opportunities. If people don't respect your discipline, they will test it. They will pressure you. But when you stand firm, when you make clear decisions, when you say no without hesitation, everything changes. Chapter 10. The real battle is internal. At the end of the day, the biggest obstacle is not the system. It's not the economy. It's your mindset. Because everything starts there. If you think small, you act small. If you act small, you stay small. But when you shift your thinking, you shift your reality. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop fearing and start building. Because money is not just external, it's internal. It's the result of how you think, how you decide, and how you act. So remember this, money is a game, and for a long time, you were playing it without knowing the rules. But now, you see differently. Now you understand. It's not about working harder. It's about thinking smarter. It's not about chasing money. It's about controlling it. It's not about luck. It's about strategy. So stop playing like a pawn. Start thinking like a player. Because the moment you understand the game, everything changes.